Case number 1. Judge destroys mom excuses after $500 weekly allowance reveal.
All rise. Judge Vonda B Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Kennedys.
Thank you. You all may be seated.
This case is such a fascinating mix of down-to-earth parenting struggles and big money irony. On the surface, it's about volleyball equipment and bus rides. But underneath, it's about fairness, responsibility, and how the law keeps things focused no matter who someone remarries.
Mr. Kennedy, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
So I'm sharing custody with our 12-year-old daughter now, and I'm just wanting a little more help with finances because as she's getting older, expenses are getting a little higher, and sports, dances, going out hanging with girls, and yeah, I just want a little more help on my end. I'm paying insurance already. And
Okay. How much are you paying in insurance?
$130.
All right. And what is your daughter's name?
Autumn.
Autumn. Oh, what a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Autumn. Okay. So what type of expenses does she have that are increasing?
Yeah, so she's doing volleyball right now, and we're thinking that she's going to be doing that in high school as well.
Okay.
So it just, athletic wear and then traveling, going to places. I want to go and support her and as well as her, but I'm the one having to drive and take her if I don't want her to ride the bus because I don't feel her safe doing that.
Okay. Is this a school bus or
Yeah, it's a school bus.
with her teammates?
With her teammates, yes.
And you don't feel that she should,
No.
ride with her teammates?
If it's really far away, maybe like an hour or more, I'll
Okay.
drive her, but if it's 30 minutes or less, I'll usually let her typically go.
Okay. That's understandable. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
I really appreciate how the father frames this, not as a fight against his ex, but as a dad just trying to keep up with a growing child's needs. Sports, travel, clothes. Anyone who's raised a preteen knows how fast those expenses add up. His comment about not wanting Autumn to ride late-night buses, that's less about money and more about protection. You can hear the care in his words.
Subtract from what he said?
Yes, Your Honor, I do feel that he's trying to take advantage of my new relationship.
Okay. Tell me about this new relationship.
Well, I can't really help who I have fallen in love with. So my new husband is a fantastic provider. However, I do get an allowance, and it isn't as much as you would think coming from, well, my husband's a CEO of an energy company, so you would expect a huge allowance, but obviously he has to protect all of his hard-earned income.
Wow, this is where it hits a different note. A $500 weekly allowance from a CEO husband, yet she insists it's not that much. I think everyone watching felt the judge's side-eye here. The disconnect between lifestyle and responsibility jumps out, especially when the original child had been left with no support until now.
And what you should be paying in child support, right?
Yes, I understand that, but what I
Okay.
don't think has been considered yet is the fact that I set aside furthering my education, though I wanted to pursue that, so that he could go get his MIS degree and then a master's in something. So I'm not sure that it's fair. I would like to consider all the money that wasn't spent on me that should have been spent on me while we were married.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not how this works. And sir, she says she gets a $500 a week allowance from her husband, and who is a CEO of an energy company. Briefly, how much money does your husband make?
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
I think so.
When you say a lot, is it like in the 200,000s, 300,000s?
Well, the car that he drives was about 200,000. So I'm thinking you'd probably have
And
to
you
make
only
more
get a
than that.
$500 a week. You know what? That's not my business. That's not the reason I'm here. I'm not going to even entertain that.
That's what I was thinking, too.
I'll just move on.
This
Sir,
part honestly made me laugh. The judge had no patience for playing the "my new husband's money" card. And she's right. Child support is about your legal obligation as a parent, not your spouse's Lamborghini collection. It's almost refreshing to see the law cut right through the drama.
No,
Yeah.
his success has nothing to do with me or my daughter or our
Okay.
daughter. And like I said, I just want a little more help because she is
Okay.
getting older. And if she's happily married with whoever and how big his wallet is, that is totally up to her.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's not what you were doing because you can't do that anyway. But what we can do, ma'am, is make you pay more in child support because at this point you've been paying zero. Because from what I see, you're a stay-at-home mom, which is absolutely okay. But you do understand that your child has increased expenses, correct?
Yes, I do see that.
Okay,
but
so after yes, I do see that, that means that I don't need any further response. So you understand that, right?
Well, how much are we talking about?
We're going to base it off that $500 a week allowance that you make.
Okay.
So, based on that, I have your gross at $2,000 a month. After you take out the calculations for the taxes, your net comes out to $1,662.53, okay? That would give you a child support obligation of $266. However, you also heard him say that he pays $130, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In medical insurance for the child. You're going to have to reimburse that to him. So, in addition to the $266 a month for child support, you add the $130, your child support obligation monthly comes out to $396.
Here comes the turning point. $396 a month. The father isn't asking for luxury, just some help. And it's based directly on her own allowance, not anyone else's wallet. To me, this is justice working as intended. Proportionate, reasonable, child-focused.
Can I say something?
Sure, but make it brief.
Okay, well, I don't know if he's still subscribing to the same psychic,
Okay.
but she charges, I think it's $412 a month.
Okay.
And-
What does this psychic have to do with these numbers?
Well, because I just feel like if he can afford the psychic, then maybe he can afford the insurance. And I guess I feel that that is money that could have gone towards my education while we were married.
Okay, well, I've already said no to that. That has nothing to do with me. I mean, you should address that in your divorce, obviously. And whatever he pays, if he chooses to do that, that has nothing to do with your responsibility, your financial responsibility to your daughter. So if there's nothing further from either of you, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay, this was wild. Suddenly, we're talking about psychics. She tries to argue that because dad spends $400 a month on a psychic, he shouldn't need reimbursement for insurance. But legally, that's nonsense. Your co-parenting duties don't vanish because your ex has quirky expenses. The judge handled it perfectly. This isn't about crystal balls, it's about a between her parents. Case number 2. Mom demands more child support, but judge makes her pay instead.
Judge Vonda B Court is now in session. Judge, this is the Ocean case.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Is it Miss or Mrs. Ocean?
Miss,
Miss Ocean, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I need more money each month to pay for, his activities and food and clothing, his expenses as he's getting older.
Whose activities?
This case might seem simple, a mother asking for more financial help, but what unfolds is a lesson in how child support actually works and how courts balance fairness with the child's best interest.
Kevin's our son.
Kevin? Okay, how old is Kevin?
He's 14.
14, okay. And you need more money. He's not giving you enough money?
No, he pays for tuition and health care, but,
Wait a minute. He pays for tuition? If I remember correctly about tuition, it's kind of expensive. It's not anything that's cheap. So how much is he paying in tuition?
$395 a month
$395 a month. And you say he pays what else?
for health care.
Health care? How much is health care?
It's $185 a month.
$185 plus $300.
Her perspective is relatable. Kevin is 14, an age when expenses skyrocket almost overnight. Football gear, guitar lessons, clothes. Teenagers are like walking money vacuums. It's not unreasonable for her to feel stretched thin.
You pay $395 in tuition,
That's correct.
and is it $185 in health insurance? Because what I see $85 in health insurance.
It's 185.
It's $185, okay. And then what else?
There's guitar lessons, clothes. Whenever he stays with me, I pay for, all his activities and everything else too. So
Then you hear the father's contribution, nearly $400 every month for tuition plus medical coverage. That's not pocket change. Add clothes and activities, and you can see how much he's already carrying. It reframes the case. It's not about a neglectful parent, it's about where to fairly draw the line.
The way that child support works is supposed to pay a certain percentage for the child, not for you to just get off scot-free and have him paying for everything. That's not how this works.
I understand, but as he's getting older, his expenses are getting more.
And I understand that. And what do you do for a living?
I'm an administrative assistant.
So you make money too, right?
Yes.
So it naturally follows that you should be covering some of these expenses as well, correct?
The
Yes.
judge delivers a truth that often gets lost in these disputes. Both parents are responsible for a child, not just one. Child support isn't meant to make one parent the bank while the other writes a wish list. That sounded direct, even a little sharp, but sometimes that clarity is exactly what's needed.
What I have here, sir, I'm not sure if your employer made a mistake on your documentation, but what you provided to the court for medical insurance, I have $85, not $185. So I only can give you credit for what's in front of me. If that's an error, you can come back at any time and, get that fixed. But I have to go with what's in front of me. So based on $45,000 a year, I have your gross at $3,600. I have your net at $2,948.13, which would bring your child support amount to $589.63. However, considering that you do pay a lot for this child already, the Texas Family Code allows me to consider factors to deviate from what your child support amount should be. One of those factors being child care expenses. So what I'm going to do, instead of making you pay that $589.63, I'm going to make your child support $395 just to ensure that the child's tuition is covered.
This turning point was fascinating. The judge could have just applied the formula and ordered nearly $600 a month. Instead, she deviated down to $395, directly pegged to Kevin's tuition. That's smart. It guarantees his education is protected without overburdening the father. It's both child-focused and equitable.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm not good at
technically-
math.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
I was told there would be no math during
well,
this session. So.
And that's one, I thought that it would be the same thing when I went to law school. Somebody lied to me. I still have to do math. So instead of $589.63, your child support is going to be the $395 a month for the tuition that you would pay. And you,
I'll take
of course, would have
And
to...
then a little comic relief. Even judges groan about math. These moments matter because they humanize the court. They remind us this isn't just rulings and codes. Real people are trying to fairly navigate real lives.
You need to be responsible for something. So, does anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, I appreciate it though.
No problem. Well, you don't even have to thank me. You can thank the legislator because they give us the option to do this for people. It's just the right thing to do. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
This might be the most important moment, the reminder that mom has responsibilities too. It's not glamorous, but parenting isn't about fairness between adults. It's about doing what's needed for the child, even if it means stretching ourselves at times. Case number 3, dad hides $102K settlement, but Judge Vonda B orders $1,881 support.
Judge Vonda B Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Griffith.
Thank you.
Yes.
You all may be seated. Mr. Griffith, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I have I'm raising 2 grandkids. I'm the legal guardian of those 2 grandkids. They were sired by my son here.
Oh, this is your
Dude,
son.
man.
That's my son.
Okay.
Sometimes embarrassed to admit it, but anyway.
This one hits different. It's not just another custody squabble. It's a story of a grandfather stepping up when both parents failed. The love and sacrifice in his voice. Honestly, it's heartbreaking and inspiring at the same time.
And so I'm here today to try to get him to start contributing to the raising of these children. Now, I'm a personal banker. I've made decent money over the years.
Okay.
I'm hitting retirement age, and I just think it's time for him to start paying.
I agree. I agree with that. Are these children involved in any type of extracurricular activities or anything?
Oh yeah, they're getting up to the age where sports are there. I'm having to run across town to soccer and then.
I'm there too, man.
Obviously
Well-
not, and I'm not talking to you, so I need you to wait your turn.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I've told him since he's a kid he's worthless, and I think it's bearing out. But,
Well, sir, that's not very nice, and we're not here to talk about your son in that way. We're here to get some support, financial support for your grandkids, okay?
I'm sorry, Governor. Yeah, you're right.
Did you catch that? He's raising teenagers at retirement age. Instead of enjoying his later years, he's driving kids to soccer, paying tuition, being dad and mom in one. You can feel his frustration when he calls his son worthless. And while harsh, you can also sense the years of disappointment stacked behind it.
Kids.
He has given me no money at all, and he's not taking responsibility. He comes by and sees the kids occasionally, but he has not been much of a father to them at all.
Okay, where is the mother?
Well, she couldn't take much, I guess, of him anymore, so she left.
I kicked her out.
You what?
Excuse
kicked
me.
her out.
Excuse me.
I bet.
Yes, ma'am.
In just a moment, you can have your time. Just a moment. So she's not in the picture.
Not anymore, and we haven't heard from her in quite some time.
Okay.
I think the kids still remember her and they miss her, but,
How old are the kids?
Huh?
How old are the kids?
13 and 15.
13 and 15.
That moment gutted me. 2 kids, 13 and 15, with no financial support from either parent. The mom is gone. The dad occasionally shows up, but doesn't contribute. Imagine the confusion and abandonment these kids must feel. And yet, their grandfather is the one carrying them forward. That's strength.
What do you have to say about what your father said in terms of not giving any financial support for the support of your children?
It's hard I just got a job.
Okay.
I can
How much
start
are you
paying
working? How,
Part-time, like
Part-time.
20, 30 hours a week at the shoe place.
Still a loser.
okay, sir, that's not very
It can
nice.
turn
We're
into
not going to
something-
do any type of name calling in this courtroom, okay?
Yes,
You guys are not going to do that to each other. You can save that at home when you all are, just between the two of you, but not here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you say you work about 20, 30 hours a week.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money do you make?
Here comes the son with excuses. It's hard. I just got a job, $15 an hour. And while yes, money can be tight, the issue isn't just income, it's responsibility. It's stepping up. And what makes it sting more is knowing what's about to surface.
And if I may, Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I think there's something that, in case he doesn't volunteer it, he has just recently got a settlement
Oh.
through a lawsuit.
Oh.
And that's the main reason, at $15 an hour, I wouldn't have brought him to court.
Oh.
Because it wouldn't have been worth the...
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I could definitely see why he did not want to bring you to court for $15 an hour. So he's not very truthful, obviously, because he's looking at me with his mouth open like he is so...
Boom! The grandfather drops it, a $100,000 settlement, and suddenly everything changes. That's the gut punch of this case. It isn't just inability, it's dishonesty. He wanted sympathy, but he was hiding behind lies and wasted money.
So
He's
confused.
just mad
And-
because of my car.
Well, you know
Just
what,
admit it.
sir, I'm upset at the fact that when I ask you why you were not providing any financial support, you try to give me this sob story about $15 an hour, and you have a settlement. Let me ask your dad, because I don't think I'm gonna get too much honesty out of you. How much is this settlement?
Well, My understanding is that his portion of it, I guess after legal fees and all, was about $100,000.
$100,000?
Oh man, come on.
You think it's funny? You think this is funny? You think
Yeah,
it's a
I
game?
think it's funny.
You think it's funny?
Yes.
Why? Because you got more than
Because-
that? You want to tell me you got more than that?
No.
So why is that funny? You're
Because I
not.
don't have $100,000.
So you didn't. So your father's not being honest about the settlement.
Well, I
you
may have
received?
gotten it, but I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
This was some of the most powerful courtroom energy I've seen. The judge's frustration is palpable, and honestly, rightfully so. Blowing through 6 figures while your father carries your children is more than irresponsibility, it's cruelty.
So what we're getting ready to do is make you pay
That's
child support
fun.
to your dad. I'm glad that you think it's a joke because we're not about to joke, and I want to see that same smile on your face when I read these numbers out to you on how much you're going to pay on child support. Okay, so at $102,000, I have your gross at $8,500, which brings your net to a total of $6,525.63. Okay, health insurance. Who pays health insurance?
I do, Your Honor.
I don't
How
have
much
it.
is health insurance?
$250 a month.
$250. So we're going to make you reimburse that to your dad for health insurance, okay? So as I was saying, net $6,525.63. That would bring your child support before the reimbursement to $1,631.41. Did you need to write it down? $1,631.41 plus $250 would be $1,881.41, your monthly obligation. And I gave you credit for both kids.
I make $2,000 a month.
Finally, accountability. $1,881 per month, including insurance. The judge ties it directly to the settlement. This is the system doing exactly what it's supposed to, stripping away excuses, protecting children, and reminding parents that choices have consequences.
Your child support is not going to be set at $15,000. At 15 based on $15 an hour. Because I'm sure you spent the $15 an hour getting those braces, not that $102,000. It's not going to work.
I'm afraid, Your Honor, he's spent a lot of the rest of that too. I think that's the reason he's hawing about
Well,
what he is.
you know what, sir, and it's fine if he did, because he has to be able to give you $1,800 a month in child support. Otherwise, you'll have far more serious issues.
That moment gave me chills. The relief, the gratitude, the quiet love for his grandchildren. He's not even celebrating money. He's celebrating justice, accountability, and the chance for his grandkids to finally have what they deserve.
Well, I love my grandchildren, but I told him along the way once he hooked up with the lady he married that he had all the fun, so it's been his responsibility to help take care of them. This is the first time he's ever had to pay up.
Well, and I thank you for bringing him to court and making him responsible, sir.
Okay.
If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Sure. Take Visa. This is great, man.
And the education segment nails the takeaway. Child support isn't just about a weekly paycheck. Settlements, assets, savings, even severance. The law says those all count. You can't dodge responsibility just because your cash doesn't come in a neat paycheck. For me, this case wasn't just about numbers. It was about truth, betrayal, and one grandfather's unshakable love. And in the end, justice landed exactly where it needed to.